That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the CBC Wizdumb Hour number 139 for May 25th, 2021. I'm Steve Witchell in New Orleans.
I'm Tony B in New Jersey. What's
Yes,
happening?
sir. What's happening is I just woke up from a nap. That's why I'm all lazy and I'm wearing a hat again.
Nice.
But I kind of like it because it has the logo
Yes, it does. I like it.
and it keeps me from having to brush my hair.
Some Cover Band Central swag. You can get some for you, your band, or both at coverbandcentral.com.
Right. Actually, let's put that up. Way to go, Tony.
Of course. Way to kick off the show, Steve. Selling merch.
Yes, except this hat is not
Somebody.
available currently in the store. It's not.
Okay.
I have to update the store. There's a couple things available, but the hat is not one of them.
What is available, Steve? What can we purchase?
I know
with
there's
our
a
hard-earned cash.
There's a coffee mug. There's some T-shirts. I don't because I tried to revamp the whole thing a couple months ago. I started and then I forgot, and then I just gave up on it. I don't know why. I was probably tired.
Probably not enough naps.
I need a cough button here.
You do need a cough button. There you go. Cough it up, Steve.
Except you can see me cough.
You can. You need to be very more secretive than that.
Right. All right. So anybody is watching right now live.
Like this, Steve. Sorry. There you go.
Everybody's watching live right now. It will say live, so we are live. If you'd like to comment or question or something, click on the link in the description that lets StreamYard show your name, so we know
that you're not just a Facebook user.
Joe Simpson said no, a crutch, and I don't know what he's talking about because there is a delay from when we speak to when you hear us. It's like a 30-second delay. So we are time traveling, or you are time traveling.
So 30 seconds ago, he got crutch from something.
From something. I'm going to guess it was from me wearing a hat. Oh, no. You know what he's doing? He's answering the question in the description, which we haven't even talked about yet. Joe, this is an hour show, so we will get to that soon. But we kind of try to ease in with some...
We applaud your enthusiasm, though,
Joe. Some witty banter.
I like that.
Stephen O'Rourke is in Mobile, and Stephen is a moderator in the Cover Band Central Facebook group.
Welcome, Stephen. Welcome.
And I actually met him once out in Mobile when I was playing with a band called Level Up. That was
Level Up
3 years ago. I was kind of subbing for the band.
I kind of remember that.
Do you?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if we were Wizdumb Houring then. Maybe we were.
Maybe, but I remember you taking the ride out to Mobile.
Yeah, I used to do it a bunch of times. It was a long drive to go play for $100.
Matter of fact, wasn't that the band that you had played a New Year's Eve gig back in the bayou somewhere?
No.
No,
that was a completely different band, but amazing that you remember that.
Oh, yeah. I have a great memory, Steve.
All right. Great endorsement, because Steven said he remembers that night, and he said, you sounded great, meaning me.
See that?
So I was great.
So he remembers that night because he played with you.
No, he's a bass player. He was there. Because I was in his neck of the woods, and I guess we were friends either on Facebook or I think that was before he was a moderator. So he must have known me in the group. And I was, I generally advertise my shows on Facebook. So I guess he just came out to say, who's the Cover Band Central guy? He's here in this podunk bar
in my neighborhood. Yeah, let's go check it out.
Backwards. It was a podunk bar, and no offense to Mobile or anybody there. It was a lot of fun, but it was a bar with a lot of cigarette smoking and
hard alcohol being drunken.
A lot of alcohol and some bar foods available. maybe a pool table or two. I don't remember exactly.
It's good stuff.
Oh, okay. Yes. Sorry, he corrected me. Steven plays guitar, and he came to see me because I was in town. Right. So there you go. So Facebook advertising, it works, people. When you're
Yes, it does.
when you're playing, make sure you advertise that you're playing.
Otherwise, people won't know to come and see you.
Right. And if people do see you're playing, sometimes they'll come and see you. I've done it myself as a music fan. If I've seen somebody, if I had nothing to do and I saw somebody is playing somewhere, I'll just go out by myself and go watch them.
So, hey, if you live in New Jersey or New York or the tri-state area, come to the Tin Barn Brewery on Sunday from 2 to 5. Come see the OC5 playing all the hits, baby.
There you go. So people can go and see Tony B from the CBC Wizdumb Hour playing at the Tin Roof, the Tin Bar, the Tin Cup.
The
What was
Tin
it?
Barn Brewery.
Tin Barn Brewery.
There you go. TBB.
In what
It's
town?
in Sugarloaf, New York.
Sugarloaf?
Sugarloaf, New York, right outside of Warwick. Yep. It's a very eclectic, artsy little town, and these gentlemen bought the old historic auction hall and converted it into a brewery. So it's a giant building because it was an auction house, and they made it into a brewery restaurant.
All right, so the Tin Drum Brewery,
Tin Barn,
Tin Bar Brewery, and
the
shut
Silver Cup restaurant.
and
I can
shut the
already see it
door, shut the
getting
door in New
butched
York.
out. Yeah, Sugarloaf, New York.
Sugarloaf, New York.
It'll be like it's in Meatloaf, Connecticut, and I think the place is called like the Tin something or other, Rusty Nail.
The Tin Man,
Tin Man
from Oz.
He only had a heart.
Brewery.
Yeah. So outdoor gig, very cool venue.
Oh, outdoors.
Yeah, looking forward to it. Yeah.
2 to 5.
2 to 5.
That is an unusual gig time.
It's the afternoon on a Sunday. That's the premium time for people drinking beer in an outdoor beer garden.
Right. Still 2 o'clock is an unusual starting time.
Well, maybe it's 1:57 and we're just rounding it up to 2.
Well, I mean, like noon would be a starting time.
Yeah, but I don't know if people are out at noon on a Sunday drinking already. You know, maybe like 2 o'clock. Like I think it's the afternoon. They try to ease them into the 2 to 5.
Oh yeah, they are. If they have the opportunity, they will drink on a Sunday at noon. Come on, in Jersey or New York, Sugarloaf. Come on, Sugarloaf. Those people.
Never know, Steve.
They wake up early.
We're gonna find out. I'm getting there at like 9:30 in the morning with my own beer, and I'm gonna have an experiment. Free beer while I'm setting up, and see who drinks how much, and I'll report back to you next week.
No, you're not doing that.
Yeah, we're gonna see who wants to drink at noon.
All right. I wish you luck on that.
The place is probably open at noon already, and there'll be people drinking, but the entertainment doesn't start until 2.
Exactly. Those people at Sugarloaf, they wake up early and they make their special bread, the Sugarloaf bread, and they all eat it for Sunday breakfast. They pass it around the table. They break off a piece, and then they pass that one piece around the table. Everybody takes a bite of Sugarloaf.
Okay.
And then they go and they drink beer.
I like it. Could see about moving there.
Right. I don't know who the moderator is. Okay.
Jarrett, look up.
Who's calling me a dick? Herb, are you calling me a dick or Tony a dick? Can you clarify that, please? And explain why? Because we're just goofballs. We're just goofing around. I'm not going to show the quote or the comment, but okay. So cool. That's great that you're playing.
Cool. Glad you're enjoying us being dicks.
Hey, whatever. I've been called worse.
Takes one to know one, right? Don't worry, brother. We'll say a prayer for those people who are unhappy in life. So it's all good.
I'm sorry. Sorry that you feel the need
to do
that.
It is,
Right. So cool. I'm excited that you're playing. I'm excited to hear about this gig next week.
Yeah, it should be fun.
It'll be cool.
Be very cool.
And I'm off Friday, Saturday this week, and I'm only playing Sunday night because our singer is away, and this was a planned weekend off.
That's nice. Get a little hiatus.
Yeah. Yeah, and I'm excited about it. Because we've been working pretty solid for the last month, and after having a year off of not working, just to kind of dive right back in and work. It's cool to have a break because
So are you doing anything special, Steve, for your weekend off?
No. Well, I'm gonna use this time to catch up on Cover Band Central stuff that I've been kind of behind on and neglecting, and yeah,
That's important.
Those extra 2 days are really going to help. But then we're working on Sunday, and then Tracy, my singer's having a party on Monday at her house. So Memorial Day, cookout, outdoors, swim in the pool party.
Cool.
Yeah. So excited about that. But I was speaking to Tracy, and I got her it was her birthday Friday.
Oh, the tablet.
Yes, it was her birthday on Friday, so we played Friday night for her birthday, and I got her a tablet and a case for it and a clip for her mic stand. And it's not a big tablet; it's 7-inch one, just entirely for the purposes of using it on stage for lyrics and for set lists, or song lists. So,
did you get your ultimate clip yet in the mail?
I didn't. No.
Maybe
I don't know if it's ever coming.
Maybe it's not coming, Steve.
I don't know. I have to reach out to this guy and find out.
You may have to call up and investigate that.
He never confirmed that he was sending it or that he sent it. He said he was going to, but he never confirmed it. So I don't know.
Maybe a likely story.
That's one thing I have to catch up on because I haven't done the whole affiliate thing for him yet. I haven't promoted his thing yet because I was waiting for that to come in so I could use it and I could show people, hey, this is awesome. Take pictures, take a little video of it.
Sure.
And I can't do it until I have it. So, but maybe I could still start advertising his stuff. Wish I could just hide this comment. Maybe I can. I'm gonna block user. I could block a user. That's awesome.
I wouldn't care too much about it, really.
I know, but I have to keep reading it. It's like, no, it's still there though. Yeah, it's all right. All right, I'm gonna turn this off and put something more pleasant in my line of sight.
Yeah.
There we go. Until somebody else comments.
Guys, dicks.
So I wonder why. I tell you why. Because
love it.
In the group, I have to be the heavy in the Cover Band Central group, and I don't like having to do it. It's a pain in the ass to have to be dad, but I have certain guidelines that people need to follow in the group. And if they violate those guidelines, I have to take action.
If they act like children, you have to be a dad.
Yeah. But sometimes there's things that are a gray area. It's not really violating a guideline, but it's still causing issues. So the conversation was, and we could talk about it now, because this is our little show. And I'll get back to the whole tablet thing later, but
you can finish a tablet story. We can come back to this.
No, this is because we've gone to this, and I think this is why this is causing this activity.
Okay.
Because I was definitely vilified this week for taking some action. But I'll tell you what it is. It's somebody had put up a post saying something to, and this was a few days ago. It was over the weekend, so it was like Friday or Saturday. Saying that some venue was requiring the band members to all be vaccinated in order to play the venue.
Okay.
And he asked the question, how many of you guys have run into this issue? And that thread just took off. It just got a ton of activity in a short amount of time. Like I woke up to all these notifications of people. Of people, because people that don't like it will report it. And so I get a notification for that. Or if there's comments in the thread that are violating some sort of guideline, people will report those. And I also have moderation keywords that I have that send me notification. So for instance, like fuck you is a moderation keyword. So if anybody writes that in the group, I will get notified. And I because I'm trying to keep the people, because people do that, they'll talk to each other like that. And like, no, that's not acceptable here. So I get notified for that. So there's certain political figures that I put in there as notifications for me to moderate.
It's a shame that it's a music website, it's a group, it's a community of musicians, and yet people want to use it for platforms for other useless conversation,
Well, to some people it's not, because okay, this is a topic that is current.
No, I mean the political part of it. I agree with the vaccination thing. I mean, listen, you're going to run into that, right? It's a private establishment. They could do whatever they want. If they wanted you all to be vaccinated, you got to be vaccinated, just like a college saying, if you want to come here in the fall, you have to be vaccinated, or we're not letting you in. If you don't like it, then don't go.
Right.
Right?
But there are people out there that are anti-vaxxers, is what they're calling themselves.
You need to be adaptable. You got to adapt to the world,
So the conversation inevitably goes to politics of so-and-so did this and so didn't do this.
Yeah.
And people get very heated about it and start talking and start being very disrespectful to each other. And that's when I need to step in, because it's not productive. It's not accomplishing anything. It's just everybody hearing themselves shout. And it's not cool. It's not the vibe that I want in the group. It's not the reason I created the group. That conversation can go on and does go on elsewhere. So I took action, and the action I took wasn't to delete the whole thing. I turned off the comments. That's it. There's like 287 comments in 2 hours or something like that. And like, okay, whatever needs to be said about this guy asked a question. Who else has been dealing with this? Lots of people answered that question. Did it need to continue? And my answer was no, it doesn't need to continue, because it was Saturday. And now I remember, because I was like, I'm not going to spend my whole Saturday day just moderating this one thread because people are being disrespectful to each other.
Well, instead of raising your voice and being disrespectful, people should improve their argument. You can have a conversation without offending the other person if you have a good point of view and you can get it across in a way that's sensible and mature. As soon as you start, mudslinging, the conversation's over. Why even bother at that point anymore? Like,
because people
it's a waste of time. I know people love it, but people have nothing to do.
Yeah.
But for people who are busy and have things to do, it's a waste of time.
Right. So I turned off commenting, and then that same person put up the same post again and said, why is CBC censoring blah, blah, blah? And then the same conversation ensued. And I let it go for a little while. And then again, I turned off commenting. And then somebody else put up a post like CBC is censoring, and it was a very rude post, and I don't remember exactly how it was worded.
Dicks, CBC.
I don't remember exactly how it was worded, but it was like, the admin pointing finger at the admin. This was me, and saying things that were not even close to accurate. So I commented it, and I explained my point of view and my job as an admin and why I took that action, and that was it. But that conversation, that thread went on and on too, because now some people are defending me, and then some people are chiming in and and piggybacking on what this guy is saying. So then the same conversation ensues again, and like it's just, and so people get mad at me, because people are like, this conversation needs to be had. This is important. This is current events. Blah blah blah. And I get that.
Then tell your peers to respectfully engage in a commentary about it.
And that's what I said. It's like,
it's pretty simple, people.
I get it. I get that this conversation is relevant to what's happening now.
Absolutely.
But when you start insulting people for anything,
listen, everyone's entitled to their own beliefs and live in their own life, but you got to be, cognizant that you're not offending other people while you're doing it, right? You don't need to convince someone of your opinion. Everyone's going to have their own opinion about things, That's my view on it. If you can't have an intelligent, mature conversation about it without getting all amped up and being, disrespectful to people, then you shouldn't be having the conversation. Like you yelling your opinion at someone is not going to make them understand or, move to your train of thought or your way of thinking. You can express your feelings about how you feel about something and then try to get some input from other people who may have experienced the same thing. Right?
Mhm.
I mean, that's what I would think, but, people just wanna resort right away to as soon as you don't agree with what somebody says, they wanna start blowing it up. It's ridiculous. It really is. Life would be so much more uncomplicated and better for people if they would just get out of their own way.
Words of wisdom, Tony. Well done.
Hey, that's just an outsider looking in because that's why I'm not on Facebook because I don't have time for the nonsense. If I wanna talk to somebody, I'll pick up the phone or I'll text you or I'll email you or I'll connect with you some other way outside of that. But there's just too many people that use that platform for their own self-righteous stupidity. It's the best way I can say it. It's the truth. There's a lot of good on it too, but there's a lot of idiots on Facebook that just, want to be heard and that's the only way that they feel they can. And then they say hurtful, mean things, demeaning things because it makes them feel good. And that's the root of the problem, really,
It
right?
doesn't really make them feel good, though.
But why do people do it then? Right?
They
There's a
think because
there's
they think it's because they're feeding their ego. They're ego driven. That's all.
Yeah, but there's an underlying problem why you need to speak rudely or poorly to someone and insult them. There's some kind of, self esteem issue there or something.
Mark is watching from the Philippines. Mark Angelo Campos. Thank you, Mark.
All right, Mark Campos, greetings
See,
to the
they don't have
Philippines.
that. They don't have these issues in the Philippines. I don't think.
No, listen, the issues are everywhere. I'm sure that they are, and that you just have to, try to separate yourself from people that are not aligned with your life goals and your vision of, how you want to live. You know, Respectfully, you can say whatever you want, but it doesn't mean I have to agree with it. It doesn't mean I have to respond to it. You know,
Agreed. Just like that. And
just like that.
and I would agree with the, like it's a lot of stupidity. But I, as a moderator, I feel like, or as the admin, I feel like I cannot go in using words to that effect. I have to
No, no.
be
And listen, I'm not saying people are stupid like stupidity. I'm saying that's a valid question. Someone says, "Hey, we're supposed to play this gig, and the bar's making everyone be vaccinated and show proof of vaccination, or they won't let you play there." And then
right.
from there, it's like people can either comment, "Yeah, I had the same experience," or "That's not cool," or But as soon as they start saying like, "Oh, that's those people are a holes," or this or that, and the other thing, you shouldn't play there anyway, and then someone starts getting their back up, right? And then it's like there's no one to diffuse it. It's like a match and a piece of paper. Once it starts burning, there's no one there to squelch it. You're the squelcher. You have to be the one to throw the water on it and kind of die it down. Because if you don't, it's going to be a blazing inferno because people are just going to keep throwing stuff on top of the fire. No one
Mhm.
else is coming with any type of water. And that's the problem, I think, with social media and you know, a lot of the people that engage in this activity. There's no one there willing to do the right thing to diffuse the situation and try to promote a positive conversation. Everyone wants to jump on the bandwagon and keep, yeah, that guy's a dick. Yeah, you are a dick, and here's why you're a dick. And they keep going and going. And it's like, for what? Like, what does that accomplish? It accomplishes nothing. The
Right.
person that you're ranting on, you may push their buttons and you may suck them in. And I think that's part of the game. But, it's like, if you don't have time for that, just move on.
Right. I am a squelcher.
You are.
I like being a squelcher. I'm a fireman. I
You are a
am coming in
fireman.
with the big hose.
Yeah.
And out the fire.
And you're
Eh,
trying to put the fire out before it gets into a blazing inferno to where you have to turn the comments off because people can't behave themselves.
exactly. So, people that want to keep like, "Arr," they get mad at that.
Mhm.
Um, but it's something. I mean, I don't take it personally because I don't know any of these people.
Well, that's just it. There's millions of people out there, Steve. Someone's bound to be offended, and you're not going to find, you're going to find people in the world that just are going to always look to argue and thrive on drama, whether it feeds their ego or, they have another sense of accomplishment by doing that, or it makes them feel like they're important. Or I told him. Yeah, great. You don't even know that guy. You think he cares that you told him off? Like, it's not making a difference in his day.
I get like probably about once a week, I'll get somebody that is announcing that they're leaving. And sometimes they
I'm
send
out of
me,
here, dude.
sometimes they send me messages. And like, I mean, I got one Saturday or Sunday, maybe even yesterday. It's all a blur, but something like, yeah, I'm leaving then, but this Cover Band Central sucks anyway.
Yeah.
You guys suck anyway. Oh, I'm out of here. And
Best
I've
wishes,
gotten
Steve.
that. I've gotten that so many times. That kind of thing. It's like the guy getting kicked out of the bar for being, and
Yeah.
the bouncers dragging him out, and he's just
Yeah.
like trying to lift his middle finger, like, fuck
I'm
this
not
place
coming back
anyway.
here again. This place sucks.
Right. It's exactly what it's like. It's so funny.
Oh, dude.
And it's funny when people in the group go in and they put up a post saying that they're leaving, because everybody jumps on it. That to me is one of the funniest things that happens in the Cover Band Central group on Facebook.
But everyone starts hammering on that person, right?
They're
not like,
they're funny.
Dude, sorry to see you go. Like, what happened?
Bye, Felicia.
Yeah, right. Everyone's like, adios, dude. See ya.
This isn't an airport. You don't need to announce your departure. And then the gifs that come up, people do with the gifs they're hilarious. It's one of the funniest things that happens in the group. And I mean, that's horrible to say that, because it's it's somebody leaving, and like,
I might have to join anonymously and then leave and then put up a post and say, I'm out of here. This place sucks. Guys are dicks. See what people say.
Oh, they'll get right on it. I'm telling you, man. I feel like I have this army at my back, because as often as sort of negative things happen, there's 50 times positive. If for one person that is unhappy, there's 100 people that are going to be like, this place is great. What are you talking about?
Yeah, well, that's just it. You can focus on the one negative thing, or you can focus on the 10 good things. It's all a matter of perspective. That's what
Right.
people got to shift. I think their paradigm of how they think about things.
Right.
Let me grasp onto that one negative comment and then make a 100 comment thread based on that, or let me grab onto a positive thing and make 100 comment. It's just like the same thing. If you post a video of a band, a tribute band, this band's great, and they could be killing, right? And you got 100 comments saying, dude, these guys are great. Someone's always going to say, oh, dude, they're dressed like dicks. They suck. The sound is crappy. Like you can't hear this. You can't hear the guitar in that one part. Like, dude, like, come on, are you going to pick apart the one or two things that, or are you going to, look for the positive in it and enjoy the experience? And that's going to carry over into your life, dude, right? If you're a negative finder, you have a negative experience. You cannot have negative thoughts and expect to create a positive life. It's not going to happen.
Agreed. But it is funny. The tribe, the CBC tribe, they come out, man. They come out with their pitchforks and their flames as soon as something like that happens, and it's hilarious.
You better leave the group, man. You got to get this pitchfork in your ass.
I feel like I have this army that defends me, because they come out. If I get too attacked in there, which does happen, people come out and they defend me. People that don't even know me.
The naysayers are way outnumbered by the fans,
Right.
And the members that want to be here,
right.
are the ones that are going to stand in solidarity and support it.
Right. I mean, I'm such a nice guy. Why would anybody not like me?
Because you're turning comments off, Steve, and I want to rant on someone I don't know.
I know the nerve of me in a free Facebook forum to have standards.
Listen, you're in charge of the group, dude. You don't like it? Adios, brother.
That's what people come in like, his group, his rules. Deal with it. I don't even have to say that. Other people come in and say that.
Just like, come on, man. It's like anything. But then there's people that don't like rules either, Steve. You could have a bunch of them too. You can't tell me what to do. This is a free country, and I'm going to blah 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 blah.
Mm-hmm. It's the word censor. They love to throw that word censor around. This is censorship. You're being censored.
Yes, you are. Move on, buddy.
No, you're not. It's not censorship. You can't go into a crowded theater and yell fire. I mean, that's not censorship. That's just you can't do it.
It's policing etiquette is what it's doing.
Yeah. So So there. So join.
There you
So
have
wait,
it.
join the Cover Band Central group on Facebook.
You, your band, or both can come on board and join the fun. Have a friend that's always negative and wants to troll. Bring him along too. We'll see how long he lasts as a punching bag on Cover Band Central. Punching Bag Central. Come in and spar a few rounds with the moderator today.
I gotta do it. I gotta use the whole thing as a commercial for the Cover Band Central group.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, definitely, dude. Without a doubt.
Come on and join Cover Band Central on Facebook, the group where there's never a dull moment.
Never a dull moment. Are you pissed off looking for someone to yell at? Come join Cover Band Central and join into the comment stream. See how long you can last in the comment pool before you're censored.
I love it. Kelly said, "Can we all just go on?"
Yeah, tell me about it, Kelly.
Kelly looks like Eric Clapton.
You know, it's crazy. These people are just out of their minds, dude. Out of their minds, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I would think it would be funny and comical to see the comments, but like you said, when you're running a business and have a group with this many people in it, you know, hundreds of thousands of people in it, there's bound to be some sort of, you know, discord that has to be dealt with that you can't be like, you know, just enjoying it all day long. Like, look at this guy, man. Get a load of this guy.
If I'm awake, I always have my phone nearby to, you know, to do whatever I need to do during the day. In Cover Band Central, I use my phone a lot. So if I get a notification or a comment or somebody tags me, that happens a lot. Steve Witchell, get a load of this. You know, so I mean, it happens. So
ding, ding,
bing, bing, buzz, buzz, you know, and like Saturday afternoon for me, especially when I'm playing on the weekend. I just played last night, Friday night. I'm a little tired. I get up pretty early Saturday. I have this other thing I do Saturday morning, this other Zoom thing that I do on Saturday mornings. And then for the day, I just want to kind of relax, watch a little TV, and then get ready for Saturday night, which is a big night in New Orleans.
Yeah.
I don't need my phone going every 2 minutes on a Saturday afternoon. And then looking at it and saying, well, Steve Witchell doesn't know what the hell he's doing.
Hey, like, so if you don't police that and you don't turn the comments off and it just keeps
it's anarchy.
You notifying, it'll just keep going?
It's anarchy. Actually, I have moderators that will handle things. So I was
gonna say, there's no one else that can handle it?
Steven's one of them. I have like 6 other moderators that will eventually, if it gets out of control, they'll do something about it. But
if nobody squelched it, I'm saying, would you get a notification from Facebook itself saying, "Hey, your group is mega out of control right now. You need to get on
like
policing that."
They're like, Steve, it's Facebook. Where are you?
Right. That's what I'm saying. They don't ping you like that either. It'll just escalate until it, like you said, it either blows up, implodes, or burns itself out. If you did nothing, it would just keep going.
Yes, but what they do is they have a community standards thing, and they have some sort of indication when somebody says certain things that they notice it and they'll remove content. And I get those notifications, and I got a bunch of those too. Facebook removed this comment from Joe Smith based on community standards, and then I'll click on it and they'll say something. It'll be like something like, "Your mother is a whore." You know, that will be the comment. And if you say that on Facebook, Facebook is going to notice.
What could you be in a conversation with someone in the group about that you would be so upset that you have to call someone's mother a whore? Like, I just don't understand what it gets to that point. Did the guy come, you know, to your house and punch you in the face? Did he, you know, try to run your kid over with a car? Like, I don't get it. Like, it's just bad. You know, it's conversation, and people take it to the next level where it's like, you know, it's just
people behind the keyboard are going to say things that they wouldn't say to your face, and that's just the truth.
Yeah, of course. But that's the problem, I think. You know, that's the problem, Steve, right there.
Right.
You know,
all right.
It's easy to sit there and you know, and bash everybody and do nothing. You know.
Agreed. All right, so I'm sorry I'm vaping on camera, but screw it. I got to get to the topic that I put in the subject because people are commenting on it.
Yes.
Which is about using iPads or tablets on stage, because I got this gift for Tracy and I got one for myself. And I think we talked about it a little bit last week,
Yes.
about using it, and it's all, I already see the benefit of it for me personally. I was asked to sing Comfortably Numb this weekend, and I pretty much know Comfortably Numb. Like, I could probably get through that whole song knowing the right words. But sometimes I confuse the bridges. Sometimes I put the second bridge first, and then it throws me off. So I was like, I'm going to bring up the lyrics for it. We got a tip for it.
You have to, Steve, because you know what happens if you sing the wrong bridge. Someone's gonna be like, "You're a dick. You don't know the song. Get off the stage. You shouldn't have any group. You're not a musician."
Right. So
Thanks.
I brought up the words for it, and it went over well. And so Tracy was over the freaking moon that I got her this tablet. She was so happy about it. I've been working with her. Tracy is our singer. I've been working with her for 5+ years. And she used to have a tablet, and it broke. It either like fell or it was dropped in a bathtub, or I don't know, something, but it broke. And she never replaced it. And it happens often at the gig where people come up and they request a song and they put money in the tip jar for us to play a song. And if somebody in the band knows it, usually more than one person in the band knows it, but at least if somebody knows it who plays a chordal instrument, or a guitar, a keyboard, bass, then you can generally do it, as long as everybody is familiar with it. But you need to know the words. You need to know the right words. So Tracy will look it up, and that's a necessary part. That's a tool for the job. And
yeah, because I don't think she's, it's not every song where she's got it up like this and she's reading every lyric of every song on it. It's
exactly.
there, as a safety net for when you need it. Like I said, someone just can't put $100 in a tip jar and wants to hear XYZ song, and you don't know it, but 3 other people in the band do.
Right.
That's not a crutch. Like you said, that's a tool. That's something that you want to have, available to you, because otherwise that guy's going to take his $100 back.
Right. And I'm going to show the counterpoint.
Wow.
It's so funny that it covers our faces, but this guy's like, he thinks it's an automatic turn off, inspires no confidence whatsoever, and turns out 9 times out of 10 to be crap song playing rock, reggae, blues, or whatever with a music stand, and either the notes, words, or both on sheets of paper or a book. Okay. And it was so long that I can't even get to the end of that comment.
Hey, but that's Adrian's perspective on it. That's his opinion about it. He's entitled to that.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Len says, if you have to regularly learn music for someone's wedding, get a tablet. It's a big day in their life, and the last thing they need is band problems.
Right. And that's Len's opinion on it. So
it's a tool.
And everyone's going to have a different opinion about it. Just respect someone else's opinion. If you don't like it and I do, then it is. And Joe Shipman, no, it's a crutch. Okay, so that's Joe's feeling about it. It's interesting to see, like you said, if you ask 100 people, you're going to get mixed reviews back and forth with what people think are valid reasons why they're right and you're wrong. There is no right or wrong,
No.
right? It's life is going to go on, people. If you don't like using a tablet, then don't use one.
It's nothing more than a tool, just like a tuner is a tool. Like, why can't you tune by ear? Well, I can tune by ear, but I'd rather be exactly in tune, so I'm going to use a tuner.
Dude, like we said in the past, there's teleprompters at every major national act that you go and see.
Right.
The lyrics are there. Whether they're looking down and you reading them all the time or not is not really, you're not going to be able to tell, because it's so well hidden amongst the stage. It's not on a stand. It's in a monitor on the floor. It's a wedge. It's a superimposed, like a hologram, like you have on your windshield. They have all kinds of different ways that you can put the lyrics up now. And, people don't realize that, but it's there at every performance on every artist. There's no one that does not do that.
Right. Yeah, and Steven is still here, our moderator. He says he uses a tablet on stage to glance at for lyrics.
Sure.
He has nearly 100 songs he sings, but not regularly. So you have to, if you haven't sung it over a year, you might need to glance. And that's it. It's glancing. Like I don't sit when I use the tablet. I don't sit there and like, I'm performing. I'm looking at the stage and I glance at it. Glance. I can pick up a whole verse. Like generally, I'll probably know what the words are, but if I want to be sure. Okay, is it starting with that? Okay, yeah, and then I don't have to look at it again. And I got a great app that uses it like a teleprompter, so the lyrics scroll slowly. You can adjust the speed of how fast it's going to scroll, and it's fantastic. It's fun. I love it. I love having that. It widens the spectrum of music that we can play. And it's just a tool. It is nothing more than that. But yeah, I mean, there's this too. Like John said, I would rather see a tablet than a huge notebook. There are teleprompters. He always looks for them, and it is the presentation of it is a thing, and I get that. So you have to make it somewhat inconspicuous. Like Tracy has a really good clip on her mic. It's a little like swirly thing. It's almost artistic. So it adds to the visual, and it just has her thing on there. And she performs. Tracy's very good at connecting with the crowd, at looking people in the eye. And she doesn't stare at her tablet. So for her, yeah.
Well, that's the difference. I think everyone's opinion is valid. And I think it could be a crutch for sure if someone's like this every song and they're not really singing with any passion because they're reading all the words and they're afraid to look away because they might not remember where they were when they're, that's a different story than, like you said, oh man, try karaoke. Yeah.
So now Adrian's being like negative about it. He's saying, well, if you're gonna sing and read the lyrics, we'll try karaoke instead of playing in a band. He's not understanding the broad spectrum of this. Sometimes you're in a situation where you have to play a song that you haven't played before on stage, but you have to play it because somebody just gave you $100, your band $100 to play it. So you need that tool in order to get that job done. It is a tool to get a job done. It's not about playing karaoke. So shut up.
Well, it depends on your situation too. I think that if you're in a band that has 1,000 songs in their repertoire, you're not going to remember every single song to every lyric. Like take a guy like John Monica. He's a one-man band. He's got thousands of songs. He'll be the first one to tell you that he'll have a tablet because
he has a whole freaking notebook, dude. He doesn't even
correct because people come up and say, "Hey, can you play blah blah blah?" and put money in his jar. And he may not know the song off the top of his head, and he's got to bring it up real quick. And kudos to him for being able to then, on the spot, pull it off, because he's not bringing up sheet music and all kinds of tab and, playing the song like that. He's playing it with great enthusiasm and passion,
Right.
Like you said, it's a good tool to have. Again, if you're in a cover band that plays the same 20 songs at the same places, week after week, you probably don't need a tablet, But if you're a wedding band or you're in a band like in your situation where, there's a broad spectrum of songs that you don't want to turn someone away and say, no, sorry, we don't know that song. The guy's going to, he's going to be disappointed. So even having the tablet for that one guy, who's going to tip you, even if it's $10, you just made his experience that much better. That's what it's really about. It's not about, how great I am and how, confident I am and what kind of memory I have. And I think people that sing karaoke are people that really wish they could be in a band, but just can't, or don't have that opportunity or don't have the talent, but they get up and have a good time.
Right.
And the first thing they'll tell you is music's about having a good time.
Right. You do what's right for you. You use the tool that you need.
Exactly.
And
if you don't like it, don't use it, like you said.
John said he wants to use his 8-inch or 10-inch tablet, but he doesn't know what app to use. I'm using a 7-inch tablet, so it's small. It's very inconspicuous. But I'm using a thing called Songbook Pro, and it's great. I know there's a lot of good apps out there, but Songbook Pro.
I have a 65.
And I'm not. This is not a paid endorsement.
Steve.
Sorry.
I have a 65-inch Vizio television that I bring to my gigs. I put it off to the side. It's very inconspicuous. I put some garland on it and put like a sheet in front of it. No one really knows,
Yeah, and Steven said this.
Real big.
Right. Steven said this. I've heard numerous singers sing incorrect lyrics. on the second verse first. It's not cool to sing the wrong lyrics if everyone in the club is singing with you. Yeah, I've heard singers screw up lyrics all the time. So, and I've been one of them, singing a song and screwing up the lyrics. But most songs that I sing, I know the lyrics cold, and I don't have to read them. But for requests or for a song that I haven't sung in years, I'm going to use that tool. I'm going to do it because that's what needs to be done to get the job done. I'm screwing the rest of my band if I don't do that, because somebody wants to tip us a lot of money and somebody needs to sing it. Like that was the case with Pink Floyd. Everybody looked at me. Nobody wanted to sing it. And they're like, Steve, you're going to sing it? I'm like, all right, I'll sing it. And I have sung that song before on stage, but it's been a long time.
Sure.
And I definitely wanted to make sure I got those words right, and that arrangement right, because it's an iconic song. So,
the great part, Steve, is that if you don't like the tablet or you're really against it, then don't use it.
right.
It's very simple, right? And don't bash the people that are using it, because you know how it is typically too, a real professional band, you always see people with tablets just for that reason,
Orchestras use sheet music.
Yeah.
You don't go to a fucking violin player and say, hey, why didn't you memorize Beethoven's Fifth?
Dude, you've been in the Philharmonic for like 10 years. Why you got to use that? You don't know the songs by now? It's just different environment, dude. Everyone plays at different levels. Everyone has a different, level of success that they're at, a level of talent that they're able to play at. Some people, may rely on that, but, listen, kudos to the band that doesn't have the confidence and is trying their best to make it happen, right? As opposed to the guy who's on the couch, giving the banter and the negative comments, right? When you're doing something like they're doing, then you can appreciate it more. Maybe it comes easy to you. Maybe you remember 100 songs, no problem. Maybe you have a photograph. Maybe you can maybe 500 songs. I never need to look at a tablet. I can remember every song. And I know so much music that, okay, that's great. Then you obviously don't need a tablet. But that guy over there who's not as accomplished as you or doesn't have that talent or that skill of memorization or wasn't given that gift, he needs that to perform at his best. And if that's what, like you said, if that's the tool that he needs, if you're a carpenter, are you going to use a hammer that you like? And then another guy says, well, I don't use that hammer. I use my fist. Okay, well, that's good for you. I mean, but this guy needs a hammer.
Ouch.
Right. But maybe it's different, So everyone needs to use whatever tool they need to work and perform at their best.
And these clowns that are against it are trying to use a sponge to nail in a hammer.
Yeah, it just doesn't, depends, If you had the sponge
It just
soaked in water and it was in a freezer for a while and it was rock hard, you could probably use it for a little bit till it started thawing out.
See, that's what I like about you. You're very innovative. You took the whole sponge idea and just said, how can I make the sponge work? You just knew right there. Freeze it, get it wet, freeze it. Now it's a brick.
Yep.
Now it's a hammer.
And you can use it. I mean, you had to wait a little while for it to get frozen,
But that's okay. You got plenty of time if you can't find a hammer and all you have is a sponge.
If you're building a house and all you got's a sponge and a freezer, it'll take you a while, but you can get the job done.
Get the job done. It might take you years, but Rome wasn't built in a day. So
this is true.
That's all I'm saying.
But it just comes down to that. It's like enjoy making music and don't knock other people for the way that they go about doing it.
Yeah, and I think that people need to be conscientious of how they present it on stage, and I have seen that too. I've seen where, all right, somebody's using a tablet and they're just not locating it in the right place where visually, from the audience perspective, it looks pleasing. So, like for me, I put it down. Like I'm on this sort of riser on the stage, so I put it on the next level down. I have a clip to a mic stand. Not the mic stand I'm using for my mic, but a separate mic stand.
Right.
And I put it down below me and lower it so it's nowhere near my face. And a lot of people in the club, based on where they're standing, wouldn't even be able to see it at all. Sure. They'll see me, but they won't see that. So, and I just, I'm playing bass anyway, so I'm kind of looking down at my hands. So I'm just going to look down at the top there, look down, look back up.
Listen, the debate will forever rage on. It's you're not going to have. There's no answer to it. So
which is good.
Do what you like to do.
It keeps Cover Band Central, very active. Things like
It keeps
this
your notifications coming strong, brother. No doubt.
all day, every day. You have a moderation alert, Steve. Hey, it's
Yeah.
Facebook, Steve. You have a moderation alert.
Someone's talking about tablets again. You got to get in there.
If it's not tablets, it's monitors and in-ears. Monitors versus in-ears. Although that doesn't get heated, that conversation. The cargo shorts conversation gets very heated. It really does.
Why would someone care so much about what you wear and what you look like on stage when they're not even in your band?
Because you're hurting the whole industry by looking ridiculous.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Guess what, people? The the guys that are hardcore cargo short wearers don't give a shit about anything that you're saying, and they're
They
gonna keep
don't.
on wearing cargo shorts, and they really don't care. So you're
They
wasting your
don't.
breath, you know?
Desna said, I hope I don't get ripped for looking at my hands. I don't. I end up, I barely look at my hands,
Well, again,
Desna.
Steve, if you're like this the whole time you're playing, you know, and
Right,
you're
right.
on the right fret, that might be a little, you know, it'd be like
Yeah,
looking at the tablet like this, you know? So, I
yeah,
mean, come
yeah. I glance at my hands once in a while, just like the tablet. I'll have to glance at my hand. Like, is my hand in the right place? Oh, yeah, that is. It sounds like it's in the right place. Okay.
I have to constantly look and make sure I'm holding the stick correctly. Make sure I got good form on,
Right.
you know? Oh, wait, what bar? Wait, a guitar solo? Sorry, I missed that. I was too paying attention to looking at my hands.
Do you look at your feet to make sure they're on the pedal, on the pedals?
Yeah, make sure they're on the pedals, that my shoelace is not caught in the beater and I can't get stuck, you know?
Right.
That was always the drummer's joke. Like, and drummers out there could appreciate this. When I was a kid and used to play like the Christmas concert at school, and you'd have to wear like dress pants and dress, you know, like a suit or something like that. Inevitably, you know, when you're young, you forget to take your bass drum pant leg and tuck it in your sock, or you know, roll it up because the big cuff at the bottom. Sometimes, you know, when you're in 8th grade, you're a kid, the pants aren't like, you know, having custom tailored clothes. You know what I mean? So you sit down. I can remember, you know, playing and the beater getting caught in the pant leg of, you know,
Right.
on the downstroke, like you know, you're bringing your foot down and the beater just happens to catch and it's like, and you got to quickly like pull your pant leg up and you're like, oh man, what's going on? Everyone's looking at you like, dude, you okay back there?
I've seen that picture before
Yeah.
of that happening.
Believe me, it only happens once and then you figure it out pretty quick after that.
You know what you do? You
know?
wear cargo shorts.
You wear cargo shorts, this kind of stuff doesn't happen. It's like when you forget to bring a drum rug and you have to tie something to from your seat to the pedals to keep the bass drum from walking away, you know? That only happens once and then you don't forget your rug again. And you always keep a spare, you know, little piece of rope or something in the event that you need it,
Right.
you know?
Right. But yeah. So yeah, the cargo shorts debate comes up every once in a while. It's cyclical in Cover Band Central. These topics, the iPad, the backing tracks.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And the cargo shorts probably isn't a
Cargo
big
shorts
conversation in the winter. It's probably more now, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. It's about cargo short season right now in CBC.
Well, that's a good question for CBC. If you're playing an outdoor gig and it's going to be 90 degrees out, are you wearing like your same band attire that you would wear inside if you were playing like a private party or a show? You know, it depends on, I would say, the gig. Like if you're playing an outdoor private party, you're not going to roll up in cargo shorts and a t-shirt, especially if you're getting paid a lot of money and the guests are going to be dressed, you know? Now, if you're playing a backyard pool party, which we've done too, the host may say, yeah, dude, bring your bathing suit, wear your bathing suit because, you know, I want you guys to swim on your break and you can hang out and you can have drinks and it's real cash, you know, we're just hanging by the pool. Other people
Right.
like, no, we're having 200 people. It's catered, you know, it's in my backyard. They have servers, you know, it's more business casual, you know, or country club chic, you would call it. You know, but if you're playing a bar, you know, outdoors, like the same thing, like we're playing this Tin Barn Brewery, there'll be hundreds of people there in shorts because it's going to be 85 degrees.
Right.
Should the band be dressed in like collar shirt, you know, gig shirt, jeans, you know, or, you know, or should you be wearing like sandals with no socks and cargo shorts and tank top?
Yeah. See, I think that's where it would come up saying, like, you're the band, you got to differentiate yourself from the crowd. You need to dress like a band.
Yeah. Even if it's 1,000 degrees out and you're going to melt, you still got to look good.
You got to look good, but I mean, you're not wearing a 3-piece suit either. I mean, you know, wear something that's comfortable, obviously.
You got to be presentable.
Yeah. I mean, I did it. I played every summer, every Sunday during the summer at the Seashell in LBI.
Yeah.
For a couple of years, and it was a 3 to 7 gig as opposed to your 2 to 5.
See, but drummers don't get heat for that, Steve. Like,
and but I would wear shorts at that because it was summer, 90 degrees, 95 degrees, and everybody else is in bathing suits. So yeah, I'm wearing a tank top and cargo shorts and flip flops, and
so look at like say Foo Fighters or Blink, right? Those guys in front, singer, guitar player, bass player, they're all dressed in normal clothes. Right. Drummer has shorts, no shirt, maybe shoes, maybe not.
Yeah, drummers can get away with it, right?
You know,
because you're drumming.
And you're behind the drums, so you're not seeing my legs. I'm not in the forefront. You know what I mean? You're only seeing me from the chest up, basically.
Right. And people understand because you're drumming, it's more physical. You need to not be unencumbered.
Yes.
By clothing.
Correct. But I think the argument is also that you're not out front and center. You know what I mean? The lead singer is dressed the way a drummer is. He might get some pushback on that.
And the issue isn't so much when you go to see a band. The issue is videos. When people post videos of their band and you see people in the band that are wearing shorts and sandals, it looks terrible. No matter what gig you were playing, that's the argument, is that it looks terrible on video. Basically, nobody really says that, but that's really the issue. So here's our cover of Freedom by George Michael, and they play it, and you see somebody on stage that's dressed like that. It doesn't matter what time of day it was. It doesn't matter how hot it was to the viewer of the video. It doesn't matter where it was. You're just seeing the band on the stage. So
and that's like you said, that's the representation of the band that you're putting forward. So for someone to get like mad about that, it's not hurting the industry. It's not making your band any worse off if you're not wearing cargo shorts like that. You know, it's just embarrassing for that band to post that because it's, and again, that band could say, you know what, we really don't, we really don't care. You need that mute button, dude. You know?
Now I hit it.
But the band that is wearing the cargo shorts, if they don't care about how their video looks, then why should you be so critical about it? Unless you're an agent and you're looking to book them, then you may say, hey, dude, I would like to book you, but you can't dress like that. But if you're just another band saying, oh, dude, you guys look like dicks because you're wearing cargo shorts,
because
make a lot of sense.
We live in an editorial society where people need to make their opinion known. That's why they feel it's important.
And that's fine, but they should make their opinion known without any expectation of affirmation or anyone else validating it, right? You can make your opinion and it can be whatever it is.
No, they need it to be validated.
I know. And if it's not validated, they get very upset about it. That's the problem.
This guy is still not getting it. So decide either to be a musician or entertainer. If you're a musician, learn the song properly. If you're an entertainer, then use a crutch. You're not seeing the spectrum here, Adrian.
Well, it's also entertainer and musician is a very broad, comparison, because the guy who you call an entertainer who's using it at the wedding is making a lot more money than the artist or the musician that's playing the corner.
I mean, no, his argument is that people are being lazy and they're not learning the song. They're just using a crutch. And I get that. And in some cases, he's absolutely probably right. There's some people that are just too lazy to learn the lyrics and they're going to bring their crutch with them. And that's true. And I can see why that gets people upset. But that is not always the case. That's not always the reason people are using a tablet. So to have a blanket statement like that is where things get crazy.
Right.
So, and
the crazy part is that people will engage in that and keep feeding into it. It's like, hey, if that's your feeling about it, Adrian, then that's you're entitled to your opinion, man. It's great.
Right. Okay.
Don't necessarily have to agree with it or try to convince anybody of it, but that's your stance on it. Duly noted.
All right. Anybody wants to complain? Cover Band Central, Steve at coverbandcentral.com. You can send me an email and tell me what a dick I am or whatever. But coverbandcentral.com is the website for musicians around the globe. Join it for free for you, your band, or both. And even if you're just in the industry, you can go ahead and join that. And good not heated between me and you, but good hot button conversations today about this stuff. And it's always happening. That's what keeps this community alive and vibrant. It's one of the things anyway.
It's the world we live in, Steve. You just have to learn how to navigate it.
You just navigate. All right. Thank you guys for watching. Anybody who's watching and listening on iTunes or wherever you listen to your favorite podcasts. Join us next week. Follow us wherever you're watching or listening. Subscribe on YouTube. We're on YouTube. All these, the ones we've been doing this year are archived there on YouTube. And we will see you next week. Thanks for watching.
Yeah.